Welcome, guys. Yeah. I feel like, where's my bell? Yeah.
You have a bell. Oh my goodness.
Guys, it's so cold in Edmonton. Like, it's been raining since yesterday, and
oh my,
your girl has not been finding this cold funny. But guys, what do you think about our intro video? Thank you for all the comments. Oh my god, good. I was blown away. Thanks, guys. We thought we should step up, you know. If we are going mainstream, let's start stepping up from now. You get it? So like we said 2 weeks ago, we said we're gonna be coming up with part 2 of Let's Talk About Church and Media. And I'm excited because my guest said, you know what, we won't miss this. So ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Obiora.
Welcome.
Yippee! I am excited. Yeah. Please make sure you press the share button, share with your friends, share with your cousin. We'll be going live on Instagram also at the same time, so that y'all can watch on Instagram. And if you have your comments, please get your comments ready, because on Instagram we'll be using the questions button. I think there's a questions button to get things going. Okay. Instagram is live. Yup. We're excited. Our Instagrammers, what's going on? What's popping? Make sure that you join us. I will be adding Obiora very soon, so that those on Instagram can also watch. Guys, there's one corner. Okay, I have seen you.
Yeah,
I will make sure I had you to join. Invite the guests. How's everyone doing this cold? Please tell me what you've been doing this weekend. Tell me what you've been doing all through the week, because for me, what have I been doing? Let me turn off Bluetooth so that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me turn this straight up so you can see my face.
Okay, guys, you can hear us on Facebook, on YouTube, on Instagram. Let me check the comment section. What's going on, people?
Yeah,
hi, Stella. Hi, Dr. Kipelu. Hi, everyone. Thank you. Hi, everybody. Make sure you tell us in the comment section where you're joining us from, because today we'll be answering all your questions when it comes to church, when it comes to media, when it comes to live stream, when it comes to setting up your studio. We're going to be talking about all that today. Hi, Divine. Hello, everybody. On Instagram, what's going on, people? Show us some love. So from last time we were here, some of the things that we talked about was a church having a vision. Especially when we're talking about church, have a vision, know what you want. You know, one thing that someone had to call me, she was like, I know, you know, like if I did not know that you don't like have. Thank you from Melbourne, Australia. Woo!
Oh wow.
Hi, Dami from Melbourne. Thank you. So she told me that that's one thing that she had noticed from a lot of churches, that there's no structure to, okay, everybody knows what we're meant to do. Like, who is doing opening prayer? Who is doing Bible study? Who is doing this? But most times we actually don't like navigate the way it's supposed to go. So you know that the mic should not be on stage if it is the keyboardist that's going to sing, but you see people on live stream trying to run up and down. It's always a mess. It's a distraction. So those are probably things we talked about. That lady have a form of what they call it. Is it structure, clean precision when it comes to your church or your programming, right? But we know that these things are very expensive. And like you said, because with the pandemic, we have a global church right now where you can watch from anywhere, everywhere. You don't have to be in one place. What do you do because you don't have enough funds? And this is where a lot of people will tell you that, oh, I can only afford this. I don't have this much. And like I said, even for my videos on my YouTube channel, I tell people that it took donkey of years to get to where we are right now. Like I didn't, like, it wasn't last year I started the show. So we've evolved from just using our phone in the basement to having a mini studio, to having a green screen, to all those little things. They come
with time.
Yes. But some people want to start like fresh. They don't want to
big, which is good.
Which is good.
Yeah.
But when it comes to purchase, and what are the things to look out for when you are setting up your mini studio at home? What are the things to look out for?
Yeah, so once thank you again for having me back on the show. Very, very good to be back and to dive right in, because we're talking about things that you need to do setting up a studio. I think one of the major things is always having the end in mind. So what are you putting out there, right? Are you a makeup artist that wants to kind of capture like the behind the scene of what you're doing? Are you a chef? Do you want to video like your podcast? Because I see a lot of people, like, you have a podcast that you do, but sometimes some of us like to see what's actually going on behind the voice, right? So we want to see, are you doing like a show like we're doing now? Knowing what the end would look like would guide you to what to buy. And I think for me, that's one thing I advise, or I consult with persons that have helped out in the past, because it gives you a clear structure. This is the end result. Then if I walk backwards a little bit, it would show me the things I don't need to have, the things that I absolutely need to have. And then, because there are things that some people they classify as bells and whistles, like over the top. If you're doing like a behind the scene, you're a makeup artist or a chef, you want to show how you cook, you don't necessarily need some things that are not needful, right? But then if you're doing like a talk show, like where you're going to have your guests like we're having now, then you're looking to go a little bit extra to get something. So having that picture in mind, that will now also kind of set a budget. And with the budget, I think it depends. If you're starting small, then I would say start absolutely small. If you're going big and you want to get into the game big, then go all out. And the good thing is that right now the equipment, the gears that most people use for content, even the companies are beginning to buy into that idea that they don't want you to like break the bank before you could afford like the things that they have. So I'll give you a good example. Some years ago, to get a digital camera that would do what you want it to do, you're going to be spending in the thousands, right? A lot of thousands. Not talk about the lenses, but nowadays you have people like Canon and Sony that are making consumer grade cameras that you can pay, with what, $1,000, you can get yourself a good 4K camera. So if you get two of that, man, you're ready to roll, like you're ready to go. The mics, like some brand names like Rode and the rest of them. Right now on Amazon, you can find some really cheap mics that I can actually get the work done. So gone are the days where you say, oh, I don't have that, that's what's the word? The bandwidth or the wherewithal to go and buy all the gears. You don't.
Yeah, I can afford what it is. And this is less than $200. This is a Rode Pod mic. It is fantastic. Before I got the SM7B for sure, I was using this and it is fantastic. To be very sincere with you, if you're a podcaster, if you're someone that wants to do online, and this tabletop stand, see, it's just for me to put on the table, screw it up. How much the XLR cable? Everything like this, everything like this is less than $200 because this is just $20 or $30.
Yeah.
Right. So Someone asked that, do you really need a studio for YouTube? And let me just answer that. To be very sincere, you don't necessarily need a studio for YouTube, but it will pay you to have a studio for YouTube.
Yes.
And the reason why I'm saying that, because you want your audience to have a sense of where you are. They want to feel at home with you.
Yes.
So let me give an example. If, let's say, you shoot your YouTube videos in your bedroom, make sure that the bedroom is always clean. It's arranged.
Yeah.
You have some form of lighting that will kind of, you can put, there's this, if you look at my Amazon, there's an Amazon thing that I put on my, I think it's an affiliate link. I put on my Instagram page, in the link in my bio. That light, if I do a video in front of that light, it's just all this bulb that is LED that you plug into the wall.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Ring lights. You just need, buy a very good ring. And like I said the other time, it's better for you to buy expensive ones than buying 5 cheap stuff.
Yes.
Right?
Absolutely.
So get a ring light, get your phone or your camera in front of it, and start doing the work. The most important thing is putting the content out there.
Yes.
Just like what we say with churches, you can't afford as a church to put out less than quality, especially when it comes to sound. And that's why I'm very particular. Like it's distracting. Like once I'm watching a live stream and I'm hearing forget it. I will change it. There are many more. There are many more churches online. I don't have to go. You said that I'm doing adultery of church. Thank you. Thank you.
Jumping from one place.
I don't mind because nobody wants to be in a space where there's so much distraction. Do you understand? Yeah. So much distraction. So it is important that whatever gear you're buying. So for a YouTube studio, you don't have to get I start YouTube with my phone. And there are so many phones they are creating now that I would always tell people that you should get a camera over a phone. But if you want to get a very good phone and use it. And there are certain phones that they can. How much is microphone? You will get some microphones less than $200.
Yeah,
less than $200. You get some microphones that are good. I'm not saying the greatest quality, but are good. If you want to go for like high grade quality, then you can go for that. But the truth still remains that you yourself, you need to make sure that whatever you are pouncing for, whether it's a phone, whether it's a camera, whether you want to just use your AirPods and be talking. Some people just go around with their vlog, but they get a gimbal. A gimbal is less than $200. So they use gimbal and they go up and down with it. iPhone, like the latest iPhone now, it has cinematic mode, guys.
Yes, the iPhone 13 actually.
So let me tell you another thing. It is crazy. This Samsung phone, and I always tell people to go for notes if you're going for a Samsung phone. Now, the good thing about this phone is you have this blurry effect as your background. So there's something called a portrait video. So a portrait video just allows you to have like some depth, like when you want blurry background, right?
Like a depth
so I'll do a video and I'll show you all. So this is me in the studio doing on Life Matters, guys. We're doing Life Matters another day. This is it. Let me play back the video for you. Life Matters, guys. We're doing Life Matters another day. That is a camera, a phone. Yep. I'm trying to. Okay, I think it should. Yeah, there. That is a phone, guys.
Yep.
There's nothing that is more clean than that. I'm not lying to you. Do you understand me? So whether you use the front camera or the back camera, whether you get a camera or whatnot, all these things little by little. If you can, there is Sony I think it's ZV something. I've forgotten the name of the camera. It's less than 1,000.
Yeah, get it? I mean, and again, I think I want to also mention this thing because you have a desire to put content out. You don't always have to get things brand new. I tell you this because if you're in Canada, in North America, probably to be precise, I don't know how it is in other places. Facebook Market is an absolute. It should be your best friend. Like you should be able to go there, find equipment, and people sell most of this equipment. They're almost brand new. So like, why spend twice or three times the amount of money to buy a brand new, gear where you could buy it for like a fraction
there's even
of the price.
Sorry to even cut you off.
Go ahead.
There is one place that I just amazing stuff. Edmonton Photographers Garage sale. The only thing they sell there are stuff you need for what they call this thing? Stuff you need for photography, videography, or anything tech.
Yeah.
For photographers themselves. So imagine if I need something and I know that I can get it from this place. I'll easily just go there, search what I need, and you can verify these things. Now, the truth is, dear churches, I know you want to do different lights, you want your stage to be looking somehow, but what shall it profit us as the person watching that your face is dark or your background is turning on lights, or your background is very white and your face is dark, or vice versa?
Oh my goodness.
It doesn't help anybody.
What does it profit a
Let's
viewer?
talk to each other. What phone did you use for the example you gave? I used a Samsung Note 10 Plus.
Wow, yeah. Note 10. My goodness. This guy,
and that's like, the phone is already 3 years old, but it's still doing amazing work. I remember then where I couldn't even like, I didn't even know how to like edit with like software and stuff. So I put the phone in front of me and I will shoot different videos and people were like, oh, we like your blurry background. We like your blurry. It is phone. I didn't do anything. I know someone that didn't, she has over 90,000 subscribers. I think she just started using camera like last 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
She has always been using an iPhone. So don't tell me that you have an excuse not to put out great content. Even the gimbal and your phone can produce great content. Maybe not like some cameras, but like some cameras.
Yeah.
So there's no excuse.
It's in the use. But then I think I would like to help some persons out here. Now, because we are addressing church, right? And maybe, people also that are at home, we started off talking about the studio. Now, when you're doing church, it's a little bit different. So like right now, I'm sure you have a camera in front of you that's actually feeding you the source, right? It's right in front of you. That changes when you're now in a church setting, right? Because you can't just put a camera in front of a pastor or a worship leader right in front of them. Like nobody else is going to see what's going on. So that's where understanding some technical things come to be. And one of the reasons why I go there is the cameras are great. Like these cameras we have now, they're super good. But then they need two things. They need lights, they need good lenses. So yes, you have somebody on stage and your front of house studio is like 30 foot, 20 foot away from the stage. You have to do a whole lot of work to calculate where is the best distance my cameras would not start going crazy. And for me, we've had to experiment with this like several times. I had to bring the camera like all the way to the front and just kind of keep going back to see where is the optimal position that this thing can be. And I know lighting is something that many churches don't give attention to at first. And I say that with understanding at first. It's now over time. But then consider it, right? If you're able to have it from the beginning, it saves you a lot of time. It saves you having those Sundays, because when you have a service that is awesome, you want to be able to share it. So one thing I always fear and I always doubt is before I implement a change to my workflow, it has to be tested, because I cannot try something new on a Sunday where pastor is about to drop an amazing message, and it's on that day I'm trying to try a new setting on my camera, try to put in my light, I will spoil it. So I tell my guys, look, if you're going to test any new flow, any new equipment, if it doesn't give us up to par experience on a Saturday, trust me, on Sunday, the anointing that comes with Sunday services is a different thing. Everything will scatter, because by the time somebody from the choir tells you, oh, my mic is not working. I can't hear myself. And then somebody from the usher department say, oh, they can't hear them in the overflow. You're confused. That's why you want to start to, tweak. Oh, how is the lighting? No. So I tell people, and this goes to the vision and the planning. If you haven't started incorporating a pre-service, not for people that come and pray in church, not for people that come and, charge the atmosphere, for the department to have a pre-service where you have, in my church, is 1 hour, an hour of pre-service. If you don't show up doing that pre-service, I'm sorry, you can't serve on that day, whether you're on the schedule or not, because you will not, vibe with what's good, because things change. The choir will just send us a text, oh, they've changed the song for praise and worship too. And you're like, you're just coming at that time. When do you have time to cue it in your presentation software? So pre-service, very necessary, even more necessary than the equipment, because a church that has a camera, and I've seen a lot of this on YouTube. They tell you they have one camera, they invested a good print on some good mics for the pastor, they bought some nice lights from Amazon, and they set it up in their small stage, and you watch the quality. See, I rather watch that than you have all this fancy gear and the end result. And that's usually my thing. The end result is not up to par. So yeah, please have pre-service. Have pre-service. And do it not because it's now like a routine thing. For me, I use my pre-service sometimes to actually train. And in the process of training somebody that is new, I find out in most cases an easier way to get things done, a faster way, because you want to have somebody comes to your department as a volunteer and they want to serve, like they are eager to serve, meaning you want to get them up to a certain level of skill to put them in charge of any part of your functional flow, so that they can begin to produce. A volunteer that is not active, that is not doing much, I would say spend more time and train them. That way you can bank, because the one thing you don't want is you're now trying to hover over everybody at the same time. I've seen the end result, not so good. Not so good. I know we just lost you.
Okay. I think some of those things boil down from fire brigade approach.
Yes.
Where they feel like, because I already know the system, nothing can go wrong. It has happened. Guys, it doesn't work that way. You have to be prepared, just like how you give your best if it was work. And we said this thing last week.
Yeah.
Don't serve because your pastor is watching you. Serve because you know that God is a rewarder of those who diligently seek him, right?
Yeah.
So don't think about it that way. But one thing that I wanted to address was, someone said, which camera is better, front or back? Back camera is always way better than front, to be very sincere. If you look at the megapixels of most phones, they will tell you front camera, let's say 30 megapixels, and back is about 46.
Yeah.
So if you're using any camera, make sure that you use the back. The reason why I use the front is that because I always want to see what I'm doing. And there are tips and tricks. I think there are some things that you can clamp on your phone, like a mirror, to kind of let you see what you're recording. So I would say you should try that. Welcome everyone. Welcome Uju, Divine, Stella,
hi Josie,
hi Josephine, hi Samantha.
How do you know Josephine?
Josephine is my sister.
Okay.
Josephine is my sister.
Hi John, all the way from
hi everyone. On Instagram we have She Likes, hi Dupe, hi Ike, hi Dr. Dakbo, hi Real Samis, hi Olayemi,
hi Tolu.
There's so many people here. Thank you very much for joining us. Please, like we said, put in the comment section, what are your questions? Today is more or less a conversation and Q&A, because if you've not seen our first video, guys, you don't want to be doing this.
You gotta go see it.
Make sure you go see that video. And much love to everyone that commented, that watched. Show your church. Someone said, I wish my church watching it. Don't be wishing. Tell your church to go and watch the video. That's true. Fire brigade spoils things a lot. That's very true. That's very, very true. You don't want to do anything last minute. Like, our service starts for 9:30. And that's Sunday school. Before we didn't used to stream Sunday school, but now that we stream Sunday school, I had to leave it like, you know what, let's still come 9 o'clock, because the Thursday before, I always try as much as possible to tell everyone that, okay, before the service starts, make sure that you have everything done pre-Saturday, so that on Saturday you are not thinking about whatnot. You're just going. Yeah, you're just going straight up. So like you said, it's good, the pre-service, and it depends on like the locality of the church, right? Like for some people, the distance of their church to their house is really far. So if you tell them to come for 1 hour pre-service, let's say service starts 9 o'clock and they're coming to church 8 o'clock, and church doesn't end until 12 o'clock, and there's another meeting till 1 o'clock. They spent almost 6 hours in church, right?
Yes.
So I would say whatever works for your team, but like Obiora said, it's important for you to actually go back to the drawing board and sit down with your team and see what can work best. Don't bring a last minute job to that day. No. You want if you know that you want to give your team members the best, then you have to start putting the work in right now. So those trainings here and there, those videos that you see on YouTube and you send to them. The other day I was watching Lakewood's sound room.
Like their sounds.
Yep. They have about 8 cameras, and I'm asking myself.
No, but don't go there. Don't go there. No.
I was touching my head. I'm like, really? I don't understand. So you know that there are levels to these things, right? And even for YouTube, right? There's some people that have studios, that full-fledged studios in their houses. There's some people some people like us are just starting, putting stuff here and there together. And there's some people that they can't afford it. So like I said, if it's your phone and your earpiece or your AirPods that you can use, please use it. The most important thing is that you're putting out the content. The most important thing is that you can watch it and you can share with your friend. If you're ashamed to share your own content, how do you expect someone else to do?
It's a no-go.
so it's very important. Also, I wanted to address the question on Facebook Marketplace. Now, verify. There's so many scammers on Facebook Marketplace. So you have to verify. I put out some things I wanted to sell on Facebook Marketplace, and the kind of people that are responding, oh, can you send me your PayPal? Can you? And I'm like, I don't know. What's going on here? Oh, my brother is in Croatia. I want to send this thing to. You say what?
Is what?
Always verify who you're selling to. Is very important. A lot of people don't think about that, but you have to verify. I want to talk about content creation for church, right? And I see that a lot of churches are very like on TikTok or on different platforms, trying to just spread this message of Jesus to everybody. Now, what if you are in an environment where it's not the greatest strength of your team on content creation? Do you understand? So how do you work around it to be able to create content? Must your church be on every social platform? I think that's even the question. Must it be on every social platform? If we should, how do we create content that's appropriate, that is not like people will say that, how would the church be posting this kind of thing?
Okay. To answer that and try and touch as many of the points as well. So how do you create content and make it available on all the social platforms? So what we're talking about Instagram, Facebook, so people even go to Twitter, TikTok. It's becoming a major thing now. Before I don't know if anybody used Snapchat for their church, but I guess so. It comes down to the team, right? So if you have one or two persons on your team that they understand how these platforms work, because your aim is you want whatever you capture or you record or you take a footage of, you want it to reach not just people that are within your environment. So like maybe that are maybe 50 miles around you. You want it to go as far as it can go. So having people so it's good to have a combination of both, right? So on our team, well, at the time it was the AV team, but then we had to say, hey, look, we want to have a team that is dedicated for like just church stuff, and then you guys, let's break it out. Let's have 2 or 3 people that are in charge of media. So by media, the pictures, people that will cut the sermon into like small like bites on here and there. People that will like summarize the sermon with text, with pictures of people in church. Let's have a team that actually does that, right? So there are people in that team that they are good with taking the pictures in church. They're good with the graphics, but when it comes to actually doing the posting, they tell you IG is not their thing. So once you hear that thing, just know that, okay, you don't need to push it too much. Then there are also people that, you give them one picture, they will find 5,000 ways to use the same picture. They are good. So have a mix of both. That way, whatever it is that goes on in your church, and I don't necessarily mean only Sunday services. I think that's where a lot of people need to come out and and try. So if your church does something as simple as water baptism, I tell you, I've checked it out, we get more likes, people that would actually engage when we show like behind the scenes of a water baptism. There's nothing fancy, there's no light, it's just people being dipped in water and coming out and praising, because it's engaging. It's different from your regular Sunday stage for fancy suits and like, it's different. So people engage more with it. So whatever you think that your church does outside of a Sunday service, if you guys run a food bank like we do, if you guys do like tax, you guys help the environment, your community with filing their tax. You do drives like TRT like we did. So I'm giving all examples of things that we do, which is fun. Those are things that you can always have, and you don't need to post all of them all the time. You just keep them for the archives, and then within the week, something happens, you can use it as a cover picture. And this is where people that understand IG and they know what to do. The main content can be about repent now or something. But the cover image, they will use something that is just for you to see it and it draws your attention because you're looking for that click. The click is the main thing. And then for the other part is, should you be in on all the different points? That goes to your team. Like if you have just one person that is doing it, I think it's a lot of work, because I have somebody in my house that does it and I know the work. I know it very well. So it is good to be there, but I think it's best to focus your energy on one thing. So if you're going to be doing Instagram, and I think when you post on Instagram, settings you can do, you can share on Facebook. So that's using one stone to kill, to meet as many persons. But then have a brand, choose 3 things I'll say, like when you want to post so that it's consistent, how you design your posts, and things like themes. So like the color of your church, I'm sure 80 to 90% of churches have a color or a color scheme. Make it consistent so that when people see your post, even the way the guys that take your pictures, even the way they add their filter, they do, let it be consistent enough that when I see it with my left eye, I can tell that is this church. The churches I follow, once I see, even if I don't see a brand on the picture, once I see the crowd, I know this is this church. Why? Because they've agreed on this is how we want to post. So that when somebody goes to your Facebook page or your Instagram page, they see a little bit of consistency, right? Everything looks, it might not be like all the way up there, but it is consistent. So on Sundays, like for us, some things that we try to capture: people coming into church. So they're coming down from their car, or just coming from the front of house doors. We want to engage them while they are doing their signing up at the front of decks with ushers. That is 2. We want to see people that are worshiping, people that are praying. So during praise and worship, we capture that. Second, we want to see action on stage. So people singing, drummer, and then pastor. So we've agreed on this thing. So every Sunday, if I don't see any of those moments, I'm like, that means you have to go back to the archives to augment it and post, because by Tuesday, Wednesday, media has to get those pictures. They have to post latest by Thursday. So it's like a machine that knows what it's doing. So even if you have one person, encourage, but I think a lot of this is lacking. Encourage your volunteers, encourage them, because you post, you're a small church, I don't know, you're 150, encourage them that, look, you're doing well. And then from time to time, ask them to give you a flow, a statistics in the last month. How many of the posts have reached 100 likes? What are the people saying on Instagram? Are they asking questions about the church? Because if you're not getting feedback, then it's tough to actually say what are we putting out there and why are people not engaging. Trust me, COVID happened and we had to go back to the drawing board and say, look, on the average, we have, say what, 200, 300 people watching us live on Sundays. How can we double that? What will make people leave all the other churches and come and watch ours? I'm not saying chase them from other churches, but something again. So we started doing this thing where we would, some Sundays we will mix a little bit of a pre-recorded announcement and somebody on stage, and then we would capture the moments on stage and have that as content to post again on Instagram, on YouTube, just short clips of what actually went on in me. So like they call them what, beat sizes. That way it helps you have, I don't know, a continuous flow of things. And then you decide, like I don't know about the Twitter account, but I think we focus mainly on Instagram and Facebook, and we get a lot of community engagement more on Facebook. So any event we are doing, people reach out more to us on Facebook, asking questions. Oh, when is the event coming? Are you guys still going to give out a turkey this year? Oh, the Christmas hamper. When is it? Random people, weird, I won't say weird, but weird comments, mostly on Facebook. So have 2 or 3 people assigned to this particular platforms. Let them have it on their phone so that if it's something that they can handle on the spot, let them do it. Handle, reply on the spot. If it's more than your authorities, forward it to the admin or whoever is in charge of as a minister so they can take it up and give you a good answer, because this is PR now. If you respond in a way that is not, acceptable by the church, you are the face of the church. So always make sure you put out the right information. And if something went wrong, be the first person to do a post, apologize. If your live stream is not happening, something is going wrong with tech, be the first person to say, hey, you guys, sorry, family online, we're having a little bit of a technical issue. Maybe join us on Facebook here. If YouTube is not working, we're actually just going to switch to IG Live for a brief minute, just so that your community feels as if, look, there's somebody that is behind this thing and they will respond. Yeah. That's my
wow. I can't even say anything to add to it because you just finished it. No. So let me just take the questions online. I want to know, please, what settings can one put in place for phones, especially Samsung, to get good content even in camera? I think that go to your settings. If you go to your settings, especially for video, you can get the maximum what they call it,
resolution rate.
So I know for iPhone they have that. Let me just check for Samsung. I know for Samsung, if you go to camera in itself, there is settings. See, by the top side of it, there's settings. So on settings, you can change. So for those that are on IG and for those that are online, you can check your settings and see, oh, okay, like this one, I told it that I want the original color tone. Like my original color tone, I want it. If I want to change my tone, I can change it to either to make me very warm. So you see, it has changed the way I look, and same. So you can, it depends on you. There's video stabilization. So even when you are doing, welcome guys to my channel, your hand will not be as your footage will not be as shaky as if you didn't turn this on. So this is for this particular phone. My HDR, I put HDR high definition so that there's that extra before they now, before I put it out, you can actually see. Then I put a vibration feedback on it so that when there's something going wrong or something going wrong, my phone will vibrate. So I'll be able to call myself to that attention that, oh, check something out. You understand? Yes. So I would say check the settings of your camera and make sure that you put the best setting, like the maximum. And again, if you find yourself in a church where the sound and lighting ain't really good, how can one be of assistance if there are settings I can do to improve a really bad sound? Obiora, leave that to you.
Okay. So
because I'm going to go gangster on the answer, but
I'll go cool on them. So a couple of things that you should know, like, and you probably heard this a whole lot. People would would forgive a little bit crappy video, but good sound. But people will have short patience time with bad sound, and because if I'm watching something that's like 4K and I'm not hearing anything, what's the point? So your sound, and I keep saying this since that the industry has changed so much, where the equipment that are available for houses of worship, event centers, home studios, they are now more available, more cost effective than ever before. So at this point, I think if you have a system that you've been having issues with, it might be what your teams and the church overall to to consult someone on fixing your sound ASAP. Like it should be fixed ASAP, because both people in-house and those of us that are going to be watching you either on the Sunday live, and who knows, in 5 years time, we want to hear what people are saying. We want to enjoy the music. We want to hear what your pastor is saying. So if your sound is not up to par, you need to consult a tech person, a sound engineer. And the other thing I'll say, if you have people on your team that are ready to do the work, some of the things I do, I said it in the first video, YouTube university, YouTube education, YouTube learning is free, and they can spend time and actually learn from people that have done this, and you can diagnose where the problem is coming from. I hear people say, oh, my in-house sound is good, but when we begin to stream, we start hearing pop sounds, we start hearing all kinds of things, then there's just one or two things that is messing things up. Consult somebody. You have people like Anu, you have myself, there's so many people. Go on YouTube. There's Jake from our church front. He has people that he recommends for sound. Just check your workflow. I always tell people, understand what goes in, so that when what goes out is having an issue, you know where to attack. Because it's very simple. Like right now, when we're talking to you guys, we have a mic. I have a mic in front of me. It's Sennheiser MK4. I know it goes into my Steinberg sound card, and then it connects to my laptop. Once I understand that, once there's something going wrong, I can trace it. So is it the cable, the XLR that's making it? Buy a new one and try it. If it fixes the problem, you spend $25 or less to fix it. What's going on? Your cameras look grainy. I tell people, once you see grain, what do? Shine light on it. Add more light. Get it. I don't know. Get bulbs. Go to Walmart, Amazon, and buy white lights and save yourself the stress. If you're seeing, that there's a lot of things going on now, you should now have a production suite where you're using like a data mixer and all of that stuff. Of course, encourage your sound person to dig a little bit. So come on a regular day that is not Sunday. And I say this because I have a feeling a lot of people, it's only on Sundays they think about their tech. And personally, I find it a little not the healthiest way. So for sound, when your choir is doing their rehearsal, do a sound check with them. Come in on Saturday night. Yes, you might not do it every Saturday or depending on the days they do rehearsals, but come in and just listen to them, and then do a test stream. Like test your stream, see how it looks while they are playing with the songs on stage. Oh, the voices, they are not getting their key, forget them. You now go back and see, oh, okay, if I try this setting this person said the other day, if I switch from 24 fps to 60, what does it do? If I adjust this lights all the way, if I go from 55k lights Kelvin to 42k light Kelvin, what are the differences? These are some of the things that when you do them behind the scene and you get the settings right, you save it. By Sunday morning, people will be like, what did you guys do? But then they don't know that you spent hours. And for me, I think that's my strength. That's, if you want to find me behind the scene when there's nobody there, when it's only me and my struggles and my complaint and my pain. I find a lot of things. I'm just like, oh, so like last Sunday, a good example. We finished service and my keyboardist said, he was hearing a little bit of sound on one of the lines. So Either his in-ears was not working well or something. I said, you know what? I was seeing the same thing on the board, the front of the house board. I said, well, let's change one of the cables. I pulled out a brand new cable, gave it to him. He played, it balanced, done. $0. So sometimes it's not always costly to fix a chain. It's just someone has to think it through and say, look, what's going wrong? Is it something we added or something we removed from the workflow that is making? Because if your settings are all good all the time, then why fix it? But then if something you added is changing, is messing things up, then figure it out. What did we do? Did my internet? Oh, this is another one. Your internet provider too can be your issue. If your internet is something happened, I've had a service where I don't know, not to mention the name. We call them like, what's going on? Our upload speed has drastically disappeared. It wasn't even there. And we are struggling, like, what's going on? But they just told us they're having issues on that day. So have a backup plan. Do you have somebody that can run you guys, like, I don't know, a hotspot for the day? Always have a little bit of redundancy. It's not cheap, but if you can have it, have it. Yeah.
Thanks, Obi. I think a lot of times people forget that this work, especially when it comes to church, is not just, hi Jennifer, how you doing? It's not just about you.
Yeah.
A lot of people feel like they're CEO to the soundboard. So even when people are giving them constructive feedback that this was how the live stream was, or this is how the sound was, they feel like you are hitting them. Not the work. It's not about you. Take yourself out of the equation, right? Take yourself out of the mix of things and look at it and say, you know what? I've been hearing this bad sound. And this is where I always encourage that even if you are a pastor that is not musically inclined, you should have someone in your circle, in your pastoral team, that understands some sort of some sense of music or sound, and can at least if you hear bad sound, we should be able to call each other and say, this sound was not good. I know that you guys are doing a lot, but what can we do to be better? Because you can't keep doing the same thing and expecting a different result. So I would say for your church, it has to come from the head. The pastor has to call the attention of your sound team and let them truthfully tell them that sound has been crappy for the last 3 months. Let's tell ourselves the truth. What can we do that's different? Because if that change happens, you will see that it will be an overflow. Instead of you having someone that, oh, because they are volunteer, let's not talk about this. You will see that the moment the pastor starts saying, you know what, let's change. Let's see how we can come up with this strategy or that strategy. Everything starts shifting in church. But you know what happens when you have a team that doesn't give you that 100%, and there's nobody telling the team that they're not giving 100%. The team will continue to give what they think is 100%, and it is not. So I would say that's how I answered that particular question for the church. Someone else said, I'm currently going through workers in training in my church, and I want to serve in the media. This is inspiring me more. Hopefully we inspire you more, and please go and watch more YouTube videos so that you inspire them to be better. Thank you. T for thanks. How did you achieve the multiple live stream at the same time? So there are different platforms you use. There's OBS, there's Restream, there's StreamYard, there's Ecamm. So there are different platforms you can use depending on what's working.
There's Pro Presenter for those that have the buck.
So it depends on what your church can afford, and you as a person, I would say that it depends on you. So right now, like I was saying some weeks ago, that for right now I'm using the second what they call this thing. There are 3 packages for StreamYard. For those that watch Stella's, I did a live session with Stella where I did a breakdown of StreamYard and how it works. So if you've not seen that video, make sure you go watch it on Stella's YouTube channel, and I was able to break down the different prices and different qualities you will get for StreamYard. Same with Restream and all these other platforms. So I would say that go check out which platform works best for you and you maximize it. And like I always say, if you get a free version, know that the pro is always better.
It's always better.
Okay.
It's always better for sure.
Josephine says that's the major issue. Sometimes with sound team and media, giving feedback can be hard on them most times. So to be very sincere with you, I don't know why there is media and sound. It is one team.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that a lot of churches, media, sound, and choir, you're like this. Like
you're together.
Literally like this. Because nobody uses any of these platforms than three of you. Media is the one maximizing the live stream. Sound is the one is making us hear stuff. And at the same time, we have choir that is dishing out the song.
Yeah.
So three of you have to work like Obi said. If it is once a month, we say, okay, you know what? Every third Friday of the month that we're gonna have rehearsals, sound, media, and choir has to be in church. Let's run everything and see how it works, right? Even if you're gonna bring someone that's gonna help with your with the sound or with the live stream or whatnot, make sure that all your team members are there and they are capable enough to take notes, so that when something happens, you're not looking for that person that came to train you. You're actually just going straight to do it. So I would say that the major issue is when these three departments are not in sync, there's always those gaps. There are always those pockets where choir is on stage, then they change the song, then media is trying to look for the lyrics, sound is trying to it always give you a headache. Yeah. And the truth is, we have to always give God our absolute best. So if you know that if you're gonna send, so look at it this way: if Obi is the CEO and I'm the secretary, and Obi needs to pass a message across to everybody, Obi needs to send a mail from his laptop to my laptop, and I disseminate to all the staff. The moment Obi doesn't do that, the staff will be in the dark. I will be in the dark. Then Obi will be expecting an actualization of a dream that he had, but he did not share the vision. Do you understand? So it is important for every church. Make sure that when you go out of your way to, like, oh, you and your church want to do, or you and your choir wants to do something, your choir wants to do something different, make sure those three teams, they work as one. So feedback will not be difficult if we know that we are one team and the goal is to spread Jesus, and like there was like Folabi Noel song, make Jesus famous, right?
Yeah.
So if that is the goal, it won't be about Obi. I won't come and say, Obiora, you did rubbish. Like, no, let your words be seasoned with grace, just like the Bible says, right? So I will be the one to take Obi and say, Obi, I was trying to listen to myself when I was on stage last week. It was not so clean. Is there something we can do? Then number two, Obi, how many media team members go back to watch live stream?
That question, all of us. Let's turn our back.
How many of you go back? That's one thing that every time, Thursday, Sunday, I make sure, those are two services we have that we stream. I make sure I go back to watch our live stream. It is very important. Pastors, go back and watch your live stream. Go and see what people outside are looking at. Go and see the image your church is depicting. Check out your church's social media platform and see what your church, because it is very, 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 very important. The moment you don't do that, it will be outside that will be telling you that your service was good, but man, choir sha. You get that kind of thing.
I think you need to ring a bell at this point. I'm telling you.
Guys, go and watch your live stream.
Watch your live stream, man.
Go and watch your live stream. Sit down. You're not trying to poke, oh, this is the good thing, this is the bad thing. But what you're trying to do is to get a sense of what can be done better.
Yeah, absolutely.
What could we have done better? How could we have gotten more light here? How could we? Those are the things that you want to see. You want to make sure. I went to a church in Calgary. Oh my God, NC. My Jesus. I was blown away. The way they had their lights, their array, like everything was. When I entered, I said, I was telling my friend, I said, your church is bigger than this. He said, no, this is all the church. But live, we that we are watching, we thought it's a very big, massive church.
Interesting.
But it's not as big as the angles that they put the camera. Obi, you will love to go and watch their live stream because of that.
Please send me the link so that.
So in my head, I'm like, it is important. Yeah, I'll send you the link to the church. So it is important. Never think that this one church is better than that. No, we're not in competition.
Nah,
we're not. I'm not trying to, but I'm able to learn. I remember that there was a time where your church had a very high engagement when you guys did quiz. Mm-hmm. Anytime you guys did quiz, there was always that engagement. And at some point I saw that, okay, maybe whoever is in charge of quiz hasn't got it. But I'm like, this is one thing you can learn. Okay, if this church tried it and they're doing quiz, you know what, let's try it for our church. And don't think that, it's shame already that your church members are not even following your social media platforms. Let's even talk about that.
Oh, I know you've come.
No, let's shake that table. Let's shake and destroy the table. Let's shake and destroy it.
That's my camera.
And you're not begging people to go and we're outside that. So I will tell you that your goal for your social media platform is not your church members.
Yeah.
And the day you change that mindset, you will see that you'll be able to create content based on what you feel like either the Holy Spirit is leading you to do, or the people that are following you are loving when it comes to your content.
Yeah.
Divine. There for you.
What did the person say? I need to see.
She said, please scatter the table. It is important, guys. It is very, very important. At this point, and I was telling the person that's in charge of social media for my church, I said, one day we'll sit down and we'll re-strategize and restructure how we feel like things should go. Because right now, I don't feel like people are understanding what we're trying to communicate, right?
Yes.
So let's try as much as possible, as much as that, this particular thing, this particular person has been liking our picture, or this person has been try as much as possible. Comment. Someone likes your post. Go out of your way to make sure that someone sends your church a DM. If you're the one managing church social media account, even as your person, as a YouTuber, someone likes your post or comments on your video, and you will not take 20 years, or you will not even respond at all. It's those little things. And imagine as a church, if someone has a need and they send you a DM, a direct message, and you don't respond. That's the image of the church, right? And that's why it is very important as a pastor, as the head of something, make sure that all these things, you are following them closely. Get why. You understand?
That's the best way to explain it.
I don't know how to explain it to you guys, because it's paining me. Okay. Thank you, Obiora. Thank you very much. Oh, thank you.
Yes, we learn from everybody.
It is important as those little things, the color scheme, like he said, the details to, okay, this is a new minister. This person is coming for the first time to your church. Why not introduce this person to your family online?
Yep.
But you see people, it's a new pastor. They just put the poster and that's all. How am I supposed to know the pastor?
Get a bio.
So
send a text to his team to say, put a 10 seconds video. I'm coming to this church to minister. Somebody put that. I love that statement.
You get why we talk all this thing. And the reason is because we want to make sure that the gospel of Jesus is everywhere.
It is.
See, the devil is not ashamed to promote his people. So why are we ashamed? There was a time that I remember that even in my church, we used to share the link for service on the church WhatsApp group. And I sat down one day and I'm like, wait, my people, we share other churches stuff on our WhatsApp group. And those churches don't send the link to us.
Oh, so how
sending the link to you?
Oh, I know you're scattering everything.
So that day I told our team member, I said, you know what, guys, we're not going to be sharing links again. Because I know if I really want to follow Redemption Camp, I've already subscribed to it. I've already put notification bell on. Yeah. But in our local church, will not do that. No, no. Let's not do that.
Somebody gets handle a glass of water.
I don't even have water here. Now my throat is dry, guys. Why is it remaining 5 minutes to the end of this show? Why? But guys, now you understand what I'm saying. It is very important that as much I feel it's rude not to at least like comments. It's rude.
It is.
So as simple as, as little as like Obi said, I know that we might not have a lot of hands, and I have that issue. We have limited, and even in my church, like now on Thursdays I have classes, so we almost have the same cycle of people that go like do stuff every Thursday or every Sunday or whatnot, right? So what I would tell you is this: if you have that kind of situation like we had, is to make sure that, okay, who has this strength in what? So I knew that one person help us with social media. Okay, I will do the graphics. This person will do this one. Spread it like that. Even if it's just one person or if it's just two people, try and spread it. Now, as a YouTuber or a social media person, you'll be like, I'm stressed out. I am this, I am that. Try as much as possible. You know what you should do? Get some apps where on Monday, you know that you want to post 10 o'clock the next Monday. Already start thinking of what do you want to put out. There are some apps that you're going to put on like Planoly. Like there's another one I'm trying to remember. Look for social media strategy planners or social media planners. Look for it on online. Download it or pay a small token or small amounts, right? And just make life easy for yourself.
Yeah.
If you have to pre-record your videos and schedule your posts, schedule your YouTube videos, all those little things is very, very important. Very, very important, guys. Very, very important. So today we're not trying to like demoralize your mind or make you feel somehow. No. What we are trying to do is to make sure that you go from where you are to where you are meant to be. If it is your video, if it is in your photo, see, as little as before you take that selfie with your phone, take your clothes, clean the front of that your camera, clean the back of your camera. It's simple.
Oh my goodness!
Don't give us blurry and dirty looking lens camera. The picture doesn't look great. You're now I'm telling you, please, can you clean your? No.
Guys, are you hearing
this? Little things.
This is serious.
Do you understand? You know in church that the camera is here. You know that the camera is here. Don't pass in front of that camera. Why do you want to pass in front of it? Why do you want to talk? And you know that the microphone is on. You'll not be talking to your friend and your sister.
Choir members, mute.
Do you understand? On stage, don't frown your face. Smile. You look better. If it's
this is serious.
Let us dance. I think it's do like this. If you cannot.
Oh my goodness.
You're standing like you don't do like this and then dance. How I for dance?
Yeah, people on this table.
How do you want to dance when the lead is telling you let us dance? You now stand and do your hand like this and you're holding microphone. How do you want the person at home to now dance? If I'm the one, I'll just off the TV and go and listen to something there. So please, it's we are begging you. We have already shoot our shots. But
oh my goodness, this is so good.
I had fun today. But the truth is, our goal is not to beat down or make you feel somehow about your quality or your content.
We want to
help.
The
goal is to take you from where you are to where you're meant to be, and that's the goal. We can do this all day. See, me and Obi, we can be here for 3 hours.
Back to back. See, they gave me juice. I've not drank it. They say take juice and cool your temper down. I've not drank it. Oh my goodness.
If you have any questions, if you want us to have like sessions like this,
please reach out to her. So many tips.
Yeah, send us a DM. It's the same. You can see, and if you check the description, the link to Obi's website, guys, you want to create content, you want to have logo, you want to do something for your wedding, you want to do live stream, just go to his website.
Come and talk to him in studio, please.
Go, I don't even have to say anything. If you want the first video, you already know that his work is great. So just go to the description, click that link, and it will take you there. What will it cost you? Support a brother. What will it cost you to subscribe to the channel? I always wonder, like, what will it cost somebody to just press subscribe? Bam! Subscribe.
Everybody now puts it in the video.
Subscribe. Guys, we had so much fun. Wow. We had so much fun recording this. I'm sure that Obi has poured out his heart to everyone, and please make sure that you support him. Please bring business to him, whether you're in Nigeria or abroad. Make sure that you do that.
Those in Nigeria, I have contacts for you.
They said Obi Wandu sounds like one. His own is Obiora, no Wandu. Don't be Igbo. Don't be speaking language I don't understand. Me too, I start saying my own. But what were your final words to a frustrated or growing team? You know, and the reason why I use those two words is that there are some teams that they are growing and they're doing well, and there's some teams that they're almost frustrated based on what they've experienced from their workings in church. So how will you encourage that person?
I'll say this because I've been there before. Like you said, I've had church members come after church and say, you know, the sound was too loud in church because of their baby. I've had people text us that, oh, there was no sound on the street. So I've been there. And I felt bad. And I think if you're a team lead, if you don't feel the need to get things going, the truth is, whether they are paying you or they're not paying you as a team lead, because you serve in that capacity, I think you owe it to God as a member of a church to give your best, because your pastor goes on stage and delivers sermons that is expected to bless, is expected that people that are not, you know, churchers to become churchers, if I should put it that way. So you behind a camera, you on the soundboard, you on the lighting console, you on Pro Presenter, on Easy Worship, whatever tool you're using to serve as a volunteer, every Sunday, come with me that I want to give my best. I got a person that I give feedback on the spot. It used to be hard sometimes, and I've tried to tone it down. Like, I've tried to tone it really down. I smile when I'm giving the feedback. I tell my guys, look, the choir is singing. The songs are coming out 2 seconds late. What's going on? So I said, next Sunday, I'm going to give you another chance to step it up so that I know that you see that there is a gap somewhere. So as a team lead, I'll say, take a step back. If COVID didn't give you enough time to take a step back with the way things are run, I really don't know how you get it done, but do a personal day off, a retreat. Go visit another church. I do that every year. I pick 2 churches that I've never been before and I visit. I tell my team during maybe I'm taking a break, a holiday, those 2 weeks, I visit a different church. Just to tell you that, look, you're not all the way there yet. Like she said, you go to a place, you are amazed. There's a church we visited in Ottawa, Woodville. The first second I got it, I say, I don't need to see the live stream. I know how it will turn out. It will be excellent. Because of I saw the way they set things up. So take a step back. Give your best when you serve. Come prepare. So like me this morning, yesterday I was in Ottawa. I drove to Ottawa. I drove back the same day. My legs are in pain. But this morning, the announcement for Sunday service, I've already sat down and arranged it because I don't want to hear story. I don't want to hear it because I see even if I'm tired, I've arranged the presentation. So pastor slide, announcement, everything that's going to go on air from my side is ready. So you might not be where I am now or where anybody is, but start somewhere. Start by saying, this Sunday, I want to make sure that everything the choir sings, people are able to hear it. So have a goal. Have I said it in the last video. Get yourself ministry friends. There are people that call me 2 minutes to when my own service starts and say, look, my sound is having issue. What do? I respond immediately. Because if I ignore it, I'm denying uncountable amounts of people blessings. The people that text me middle of the night to say, look, we are going to have a program, blah, blah, blah. Something is wrong. Can you come? If I check my availability, I will drive down. So get friends, get people that will see your blind spot. I used to be that person that tell me, oh, the sound is good. I will be so angry. But then I ask myself, if this person is uncomfortable, that means the message we are sending, this person is not getting. So I took a step by saying, look, I have to learn a better way to engage people in church, engage those and do the right thing. Learn. There's YouTube available. Learn how to learn using YouTube. That's where I put it. Whatever they say on YouTube, it might not apply to you, but you can find 2-3 things that can apply to you, and then you get, and then involve your team. I used to say I could do it all. Truth be told, I could do it all, but am I helping my team? No. I need to try to reproduce myself. So if you're good in a lot of things, try and teach 2-3 more persons the same thing, so that on the day you are not there, or just for even effectiveness, for best, functionality, these guys are able to do it on their own. And then you see, it would pay back, because on the day you are not there and things go well, the blessing that they will bless them, you also get a portion of it. But if it goes bad, that's when they will start saying, some people say you've done a good job. Some people say you've not done, because they say, what? For you to be a leader, you must be able to hand over twice. So please, guys, do the best that you can. Plan for your service. Have pre-service. Learn on YouTube. Reach out to people like, I know they will send you to the right places, and I'm sure your service will be acceptable. I'll see you guys next time.
Oh, thank you very much, Obiora. Guys, please help me say big thank you to Obi. Help me say big thank you to Obi.
Thank you, everybody on IG.
We couldn't have done this without Obi. We couldn't have done this without Obi. Thank you very, very much. And please, like I said, please make sure you check the description. Someone said sound in Nigeria is typically loud and annoying. Oh, you want to see baby? Don't mind that she they pluck plenty teeth. Say hi, everyone. Mama, say hi. Say hi.
She's smiling.
So she it's been a lot of work, and it's a lot of work putting this together. So please, if you want us to speak, or you want us to speak in any of your, like, your church engagement, please let us know. Send Obi. My guy has turned off the lights.
We saw it go dark. I was like, wow.
She's like, let's go, mommy. Let's go. Okay, so one thing I wanted to touch. One thing I wanted to touch before we go is, it's okay to pay your church members. It's okay to pay if you feel like this person puts in a lot. Let's appreciate this person. It's okay. Don't feel like paying someone is like you're buying. That's not what the person is trying to do.
No.
It takes a lot. A lot goes into. I was telling my mom that the list of the what they call it, of the plugins I buy for video edits, the list is $99, and sometimes I buy as much as 6 to 7.
Wow.
Right? So it's not just, because you want to, yes, everybody's doing the work of God, but there are little things you do here and there. It's okay to employ a sound engineer as this full-time job for the church.
Yeah.
It's okay to employ those things. It's okay. Let's not demonize it, because every one of us are all ministering to God, whether you are the one in front or you're the one doing live stream, or you're the one cleaning the toilet. We are all ministering to God. So it is very, very important. So please make sure that you do the needful. Appreciate your team members, appreciate your church members, and also appreciate us by subscribing to the channel. Thank you very much.
Thank you, people.
Thanks, guys. We had a blast today. It's been amazing. Please make sure that you share this with your friends, with your family. Let them watch this. Next month, we're going to be starting a very good series, and we're going to be talking about real estate. I'm going to be connecting with my guests. So if you want to talk everything real estate related, we're going to be talking about it. I'm going to connect with my guests so that we will know the dates and times that work best for them. But till we see you on another episode of Life Matters with Anadedere. Please make sure you take care of yourself. Enjoy the rest of your day. Tomorrow is Sunday, or today is Sunday in some parts of the world, but tomorrow is Sunday for us. So please make sure that you worship God in spirit and in truth. Don't just go and mark the attendance and warm the seat in church. Make sure that you actually serve God with all your heart. A big thank you to Obi. Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
For
coming. Thank you so much.
And sharing so much wisdom with us. God bless you real good. And like I always say, guys, if you want to support, the link is in my bio at Life Matters with Anadedere. Follow that page. Click the link and see where you can support us. Till we see you next time on another episode. Say bye.
Bye.
God bless you, everyone.